Dave is Misha Shannog McCaffwell, it's Misha last Uachtaran and Common Gaelach Knoxville. Um, I am sorry about how about the delay in getting this live video up and running for you. Um, I had originally started at 3 o'clock and there was some technical issues, so I'm only with the stream, so I'm only getting it um, on air now. So I hope this is uh, being sent out live to you. Please comment below just to make sure that this is live, or get in touch with the page just to make sure that this is actually live. I hope it is. I don't want to be speaking to um, just to my laptop screen again. So I think it is actually going live this time. Um, so I apologize for the delay. I was meant to go out originally at 3 p.m. Central, but I guess we'll have to settle for, or excuse me, I was meant to go out at 3 p.m. Eastern. I guess we'll have to settle for 4 p.m. Eastern instead. So as I was saying, is Misha Shannog McCaffwell, it's Misha last Uachtaran and Common Gaelach Knoxville. Um, agus tá sé cethir clog inis ar an iniládéag de bhí van fór javíras a fiche hían. I am John McCall. I'm the Vice President of the Knoxville Irish Society. Today is the 11th of September 2021. Last specialty atá, data specialty atá, it's a special day, it's a special date in the history of the United States, in the history of the world. So just in terms of my memory of September the 11th, 2001, so I would have been about 9 years old at the time. I was in 5th or 6th grade at the Clog Primary School, which is on the outskirts of Newry in Ireland. And so you have to remember that there's a 5 hour time difference uh, between Ireland and the US. So I think I remember on that day teachers coming into our class to talk to our teacher about what was happening over across the pond, and just like updating them what was going on. And I guess because we were kids, we didn't really take much notice of it. When I remember coming out of class, and I say class got out, school got out about 3:15, so it would have been about 10:15 over in the US and the East Coast. And I remember one of the teachers telling my teacher that they'd also hit the Pentagon. Didn't know who they were. I didn't know what the Pentagon was, apart from in my math class. My math class would have told me that a pentagon's a five-sided shape, so that's all I knew about the Pentagon. Um, my late grandfather picked us up on the way home, to take us home, and we we got home, and I think he had it on the radio. I can't remember though, but I remember coming home. Said probably it was about maybe 3:45 by the time we got home. Mum had the BBC news coverage on. BBC News 24 had just started like in '99 or 2000, and so they had interrupted the normal BBC One TV coverage, which probably would have been like TV Kids or programs for kids, and or something else, whatever their regular programming was at the time. And it was this news footage of New York. The towers had collapsed at this stage, so it was it was just the smoke. It was a panoramic shot of Manhattan, lower Manhattan, and the smoke billowing out from there. And when Mum had switched the TV on, she thought it was. I remember her saying that she thought it was a live, that it was a science fiction movie that was on. It wasn't, she didn't think of it. This was real. That this was actually happening, but it was. It was in fact happening, and so it was a terrible atrocity. Of course, something that's been etched in our mind. September 11th is, everyone kind of now remembers where they were when that happened. The same way with our parents' generation, it might have been the Kennedy assassination. Of our grandparents' generation, it might have been Pearl Harbor, the attack on Pearl Harbor by the Japanese Empire. Just look back at what happened on that fateful day, because so much happened, and it's important to remember all these events that happened, because these were the last moments of many people on this earth. So at 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 was crashed into the north tower of the World Trade Center. The the North Tower then collapsed at 10:28 a.m. At 9:03 a.m. Eastern, United Airlines Flight 175 was crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center, World Trade Center 2. That collapsed about 56 minutes later at 9:59 a.m. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 was crashed into the Pentagon in Virginia on the outskirts of Washington, D.C. And at 10:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 93 was crashed into a field near a old salt mine in Somerset County in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Although it's believed that the intended target of the hijackers was either the Capitol building or the White House. And movies and documentaries have been made about all these terrible events. It is right that we commemorate and remember these people that passed away, the passengers, the flight crew, the pilots, the airline pilots, and those people that were killed in the towers and in the Pentagon as well. In total, over 2,996 people died. 2,996, and there was 2,977 victims of the 9/11 atrocities. There are also 19 Al Qaeda terrorists that died that day as well. The first registered victim of the 9/11 atrocities, victim 0001, was Father Michael Judge. He was the son of Irish immigrants from Leitrim, and he was chaplain to the New York Fire Department. He died when the North Tower collapsed. He was killed by falling masonry when the North Tower collapsed at 10:28 a.m. I guess his was the first human remains that was recovered. He had actually been in my hometown of Newry, my original hometown in Newry, a couple of months. I'm not too sure of exactly the timeline, but he was in Newry before the attacks. And my dad actually, sorry, I was looking for my microphone. My dad actually shared newspaper cuttings of Father Michael's visit to Newry back in 2001, and it was recorded in the Democrat. The newspaper headline was "New York atrocity victim had visited Newry." There's actually a photo of him in the Newry Democrat, a cutting of him with a number of people outside Newry Cathedral in Hill Street in Newry. And apparently he had heard about what was happening that day, and he bumped into the New York City mayor at the time, Rudy Giuliani, and Giuliani asked him to go down and pray for the people that were there. So he went down and was in the lobby praying, "Jesus, please end this night. God, please end this right now." And he was there praying for the victims, the people being rescued, for the rescuers themselves. But he was killed by falling masonry at 10:28 a.m. when the tower fell. And there was a number of other people of Irish stock. There was 7 Irish-born citizens that were killed on September the 11th, 2001, or in the aftermath. Their names are the following: so Michael James Stewart from Belfast, Ruth Magdalene McCourt from County Cork, Kieran Joseph Gorman of County Sligo, Jeremy Kaz Carrington of County Down, Joanne Mary Cregan and Patrick Joseph Curvin of County Dublin, and Martin John Coughlin from County Tipperary. And so that was the Irish American link to 9/11. 9/11 affected, as I was saying, the United States and countries across the world, because there were citizens from many countries that were either at the World Trade Centers that day, or the World Trade Center towers, or the Pentagon, and they lost their lives that day. It was terrible tragedy, and in that moment, on that day, it seemed like the whole world was united with the United States. I mean, I was over in Ireland at the time, it was over 3,000 miles away, but me and my family felt connected with the US. The source actually that I used there just to tell you about the people that died and to give you a bit of a story of Father Michael Judge, or Michael Judge. His name is spelled Mychal. He the source that's used is an Irish Post article that was first published in 2019, but it was republished this year, actually yesterday, and it's a very good article. The title of the article is "Remembering Irish Victims of the September 11th Attacks." That's on the Irish Post on irishpost.com, so I recommend you checking that article out. So I just wanted to have this commemorative event on our Knoxville Irish page to share with you. 9/11 was an horrific day. It was as if it was a science fiction movie just being played out on our TV screens. A date we never thought we'd see, but yet we did. And just think it's right that we have a moment of silence just to remember all those people that were killed that day, that lost their lives tragically on 9/11. So if you want to just take a moment just to remember the passengers, the airline crew, the pilots who were hijacked, and the people in the towers and in the Pentagon that day. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing with me in that moment of silence. So I'm glad you were able to join us today for the September 2021 Second Saturday event, the virtual gathering. We in October we're going to have one on October the 9th. That will be about the Revolutionary War, Irish involvement in the Revolutionary War. Sid Plemons will be presenting on that, so please join us for that. We also hope to have an event on a Sound special on October 27th regarding the Sound, and it's hoped that Jared Hazen, our volunteer committee chair, will present on that. It's in place of the Sound Trunk or Treat event that we would usually co-host with the Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church in Knoxville, but that's Sound Trunk or Treat has been postponed until 2022. It seems. I don't believe it's going to happen this year. And just also updated that the Dandridge Scots Irish Festival has also been postponed as well for another year too. It was meant to happen this month. Regarding ourselves, of course, we want to come back to in-person events, but just with the increasing COVID cases, with the amount of um, people that are in ICU beds in the University of Tennessee Medical Center, just with the number of cases that are going up week on week, it seems, in Tennessee, it's just not safe to have in-person events right now. We feel that the Knoxville Irish Society Board feels. So we do hope to get back to them. We will let you know. We will review the situation each month. We do want to get back to in-person events, but we don't want to, bring about any unnecessary risk. And we want people to be safe, and to be healthy. So thank you for joining me today, John McCall. Thank you for joining me on commemorating the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks this day, September 11th, 2021. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday, a good rest of your weekend. Gora mira mai agah agus slán agus bannacht.